how to set up your day. This is going to be very individual for everybody. Everybody's going to have a different way that they would like to set up their day. I am going to tell you the Ayurvedic approach to setting up your day. Now, I've already mentioned the different times of waking up. Now let's get into what do you do? First thing, wake up and you're going to look at your hands and gently just wipe over yourself. It is very comforting. It's very calming, and you've just come out of that vata rapid energy of the wind moving through your body. So taking the time to just settle and ground that energy. So this is really important, especially for people who have anxious tendencies, which people who are high wind likely are having anxiety and the anxious tendency, we'll call it. So that's in bed. Okay. The next thing you're going to do is to say some sort of a prayer. You could say it out loud, say it in your head, taking a moment to give thanks. Thank you, God. Here I am again. I'm looking forward to this day. Allow my day to be filled with beauty and pleasure and good connections with people and the spirits and the animals. Say some kind of a prayer. And even better, if you have a prayer that is meaningful to you, something that your grandma taught you when you were a kid or something you made up yourself, that you can recite it every day. That is really, I love that. And I love to receive somebody's prayer. Somebody made it up and then they told me the prayer. And we're saying it together. I feel like this just really magnifies the intention of that prayer. And it seems to work more. It seems more felt, So you're going to say your prayer. You're going to get up, go to the bathroom right away and put water in your eyes, over your face, and just what they say, wash your face. You're just getting the water on your face. The next thing you're going to do is warm up some water. I warm up the water as you saw in the video, and I use it for my neti pot and I use it for drinking water. So you can do that. Definitely you want to drink warm water, and it's different for different people. If you're going to need a little pinch of salt, if you're going to need a little lime, or if you're just going to drink straight plain water, you don't have to worry, just drink water. And then there's things you can do specifically for your constitution if you want to go further with this practice. After you drink your water, I'm going to be honest, I don't do this. And I think I will for our 7 days together, because I heard it all the time. So many times I've heard it over and over, and I'm like, that's so dumb. I'm not doing it. But they say to go and sit on the toilet, and better if you can squat. So what I've taught my kids, they lived in India for 2 years with me, so they are used to it anyway. But to actually put your feet on the place where people normally sit and to squat. Even if you don't have to go to the bathroom, just do it. Just sit every day after you drink the water, go to the toilet. This way you start to train yourself to know to go to the bathroom first thing in the morning. Yeah, so let's see. We'll talk about that. That should be a good conversation later. Okay, so after you've done this, next thing is to clean your mouth. Now, I normally get up and I put the oil in my mouth right away. And I clean my mouth first because I do it for 20 minutes, oil pulling, and just really swishing the oil, sucking it through my teeth, like really working out my gums. So you can arrange these things in whatever way you want. But anyway, you're going to clean your mouth. I recommend oil pulling, then taking the tongue scraper after you spit the oil out. I spit it into a bag that's not going to leak, and don't want to put it in your soil, and you don't want to put it in your sink. It's not good. Scrape the tongue with the, they have these little metal things. You can get it. Scrape your tongue. And then you're going to brush your teeth, paying attention to massaging your gums. So you're increasing the blood flow. It's really good for your health to make sure you massage your gums. You could do it with your toothbrush, stimulating blood flow. Let's see, clean your mouth, clean your tongue. Okay, so now you're going to do the neti pot. I did do an instruction video on day 1, so you can look at that video. If you do the neti pot, it is really, really recommended unless you're a very oily person like me. It's very kapha people generally are more oily, which is why you can see the skin is always just kind of glistening, and their hair, well, I have a lot of hair oil in my hair right now, but there's already a natural oil production for people who are high kapha. But for pitta and vata people, and sometimes I do it also if I go home to Arizona, it's very dry there, is to put oil inside your nose. And you can either put it like drop it in with like a little dropper, or you can just put it on your finger and like wipe in there to put oil in your nose. Let's see. After that, oh yes. Okay, so this is another thing that I don't do it, but when I lived in India, I did it. It's important, especially if you have high vata constitution, that's high wind, tend to be more anxious and spun and very, like, their eyes go like this. They're like shifty eyes. Do an oil massage, and that means your whole body. Now, what I do is I dry brush my whole body every day. I dry brush myself. And maybe you dry brush because that's really good for your lymphatic system. Dry brushing is like very stimulating. It helps the process of elimination of the lymphatics, which is the lymphatics are cleaning us all the time. So I like to help that. And then maybe you're going to do an oil massage. You're just going to get a nice oil and give yourself a massage. After you do that, then you're going to take a shower. And I know it seems so weird. Whenever my clients tell me that they shower after their massage, I'm like, why? I just like put all this. I make the most amazing, I infuse herbs into the oil and like let it soak into your skin. But in India, this is a very common thing. After you oil massage, you go shower. So now you're nice and clean. Now what you're going to do is a little exercise. Whether that's going to be sun salutations, that's what I'm going to be doing for our 7 days together, because I love the sun salutations, the traditional ones, not the ones from the hot girl yoga over here in Southern California. The traditional sun salutations, Surya Namaskar, with the mantras where you're saying the names of the sun. You don't have to do all that. You can pick whatever exercise you want, but do something to get your heart rate up. Maybe get a little sweat on your forehead. You don't have to go like super hard, but get your blood flowing. After the exercise, you're going to do some breathing exercises, some focused breath work. So I have a couple of 2 that I recommend to everybody because they are really the best. One of them is more energizing, gets more blood just moving. And the other one is balancing. And this is alternate nostril breathing, Anuloma Viloma. I love them both. So I'll share videos with instructions on how to do both of those. And like I mentioned earlier, if you don't want to do some fancy breathing exercise, the Heart Math Institute calls, I think they call it coherent breathing. And I love that it also is telling the same way that I learned in India, which is to make your exhalations twice as long as the inhalation. So if you've inhaled to a count of 3, you're going to exhale to a count of 6. Inhale to a count of 4, exhale to a count of 8. And do that for 3 minutes minimum. And what I heard Greg Braden say from the Heart Math Institute was that if you do this breathing for just 3 minutes, the impact on your nervous system will last for 6 hours. So do some breathing, basically. After your breathing, you're going to go right into meditation. Now, if you can only sit for 4 minutes of just focusing your breath, clearing your mind, grounding your energy, and I'm pretty sure I can guide you through a simple, I know I have so many already on my YouTube channel. If you've taken any classes with me, there's one practice that it's from Tantra Yoga, and I just love it, and I do it all the time. So I've given this so many times before, but I'll also share it here. Something that you can do really in an instant, as I call it, micro meditation, to ground your energy. So you're going to sit for meditation. 4 minutes minimum. I like to do 24 minutes meditation. Something I'm going to be doing in our 7 days together. Now we're getting into this. This is all going to take only about 45 to 60 minutes. The cleansing portion, dry brushing, doing your oil pulling, cleaning your tongue, drinking the water, this is 20 minutes. For sure, the bare minimum, because it usually takes me 20 minutes just to do that stuff. If you add in the pranayama, you add in the exercise, and you add in doing a meditation, possibly going to get you 45 minutes to an hour. Everybody can wake up 1 hour earlier and do these things for 7 days. Just commit to it. Now you're done. You've done everything. Maybe you're going to have breakfast now, and now after breakfast you're going to do your work, go drop your kids off to school, do your work. You're going to set aside time to have lunch. You want to make sure that your meal times are around the same time every day. And that is because at that time, your body will start to release chemicals that are going to help with the digestion process. This becomes more efficient when you do it around the same time every day. Okay, so then you've finished your lunch, you've gone back to work, you're doing whatever you're doing for the rest of the workday. Now, when we start to want to pull back in and go back into getting prepared for sleep time, there's a whole sleep routine that I will give you some ideas, but you probably already know. You definitely know what not to do. My phone has a timer set on it, so it turns off at 8 so that I don't receive messages, I don't get notifications, and the screen goes to black and white. Like I said, we don't want to be receiving that light into our eyes because it's going to interfere with our circadian rhythm. So you know that. So if you must look at the screen, they make these blue blockers, these glasses. Get some of those and just do something to protect your eyes. Best thing is don't look at it. You can definitely do oil. I like to wash my feet before bed, clean them up with soap and water in the bathtub. I have a little scrubby thing. I'll scrub my toenails and clean the bottom of my feet, and then put some oil on the soles of my feet. Do a little oil massage on your feet, your hands, and again, putting a little oil here on the top of your head. Then that's enough. If you want to get more into doing some things with your dreams, definitely keep your notebook there to write any dreams that you have. I always have my lamp, like a little book lamp, attached to my notebook with a pencil in there ready to go so I could write down any dreams that I have. During this time that we are committing to the 7 days, maybe don't do that because it might be a little bit too much, because it's already a lot to change all these habits. But I just like to throw that in because it is something that I find very helpful. There's a host of herbs that you can use to assist with your sleeping. Ask me if you want to know more about those herbs. See, what I would like is for the minimal use of other substances and just really keep it basic. Bring it all the way down to basic. We are in Taurus season. It's the most non-complicated. It's just the most simple things. So let's start with that. See you again in the next video.